We're blessed to have our wonderful Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton with us this morning. Good morning, madam. How are you? Big question, I know, long answer. But first of all, let me just say this before I apologize for interrupting. Thank you for being with us. I'm grateful that you're with us, and I'm giving you a big Richard Chew hug to say I got you as much as you have the state of Illinois. So there you go.
Well, I appreciate that, and good morning, Richard, and good morning, everyone. The sun rose again today.
Yes, it did.
And we have another opportunity to keep building the world that we want to see, not just for ourselves, but for the next generation. And we're going to keep doing that. So thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. I know this. We read your comments earlier this morning. I wanted to let everybody know the work that you had been doing during the election in terms of campaigning and traveling and being an advocate for Vice President Harris and making sure that people knew that our future holds a lot more promise than we give it if we let that be the case. And I'm the big advocate. I'm the biggest advocate in my mind of, all right, let's feel this pain. Let's acknowledge that it's there, because it would be foolish to not. But then let's all come out fighting. Like the Black Panthers said, let's come out fighting. And that's what we have to do. And the optimistic side, I believe, is that as we reach out to people and we talk to people and we let folks know that we got them, then we will galvanize, and that spirit will not be broken.
No, I mean, I'm, first of all, just so proud of, let me just say, of Vice President Kamala Harris. You know, what a task. I mean, what, about 100-day campaign, a national campaign for President of the United States. And, of course, I want to add Coach Walz to that as well, who came on and helped energize so many Democrats. And I just want to just acknowledge the work that they did in a very difficult circumstance and in a very short period of time. And I want to acknowledge the work of Illinois Democrats who, just really got out there. And as I said, this is what democracy looks like. You know, we don't always know what the outcome of an election will be. And one thing that we know, that when we as Democrats see the outcome of an election, we accept that outcome, and we understand that that's part of our democracy. But I was just so proud of how Illinois Democrats got up, got out, headed to the battleground states, made phone calls, knocked on so many doors, thousands and thousands of people that were engaged. And, you know, as we know, it's not just about elections. It's what happens in between elections. Yeah. It's what happens today and tomorrow and every day over the next 2 years until midterms, 4 years until the next, presidential election. We have to continue working and recognize it's not just about election day. We have to be engaged every day, and that's the real work ahead of us.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that and saying it in that manner, because if there's anything, there's a lot to learn, and there always is if you pay attention. But in this case, would it be fair to say that one of the things to learn is that we have to take hold of the most local of elections? And we've done a great job, to your point, of Democrats and leaders in the state getting out. But these upcoming elections is where we are going to start to make inroads and keep those roads open for people who say, yeah, you know what? I do want to be more engaged and more involved this time.
Well, yes, and to your point, I just want to point out that what we saw here in Illinois, I mean, look, the Democrats kept we held on to every single congressional seat. We held on to every, Senate, when we looked at state House and Senate seat, we held our ground there. Now, we're disappointed, of course, with the top of the ticket, and of course, we won that here in Illinois, right. And I'm talking about disappointed nationally, but people have to understand the work that we have been able to do here in Illinois under Governor Pritzker's leadership, under our administration, and with our partners in the General Assembly, is we have been proactive, and we have been able to put things in place, policies and laws into place, so that no matter who ended up in the White House this term, we would have protections here in Illinois. Yes, there still continues to be concern. Yes, there's a lot of fear and trepidation, and people are concerned, and rightfully so. I mean, we've heard the threats that have been made, but what I can say is that when I look at what we've done to protect reproductive freedom here in Illinois and enshrine the right to reproductive care, abortion care, what we've done to protect LGBTQ plus rights right here in Illinois, what we've done to protect workers' rights, the Workers' Rights Amendment, we raised the minimum wage and so many other things. These are the progressive values that we have been able to make real progress on here in Illinois. So these local, the statewide, the local elections, they matter. We've seen Eric Reinhardt, right, in Lake County, right, win his reelection. That's a big deal.
It is.
We have a state's attorney down in Jackson County that I didn't check this morning, but as of yesterday was tied. These elections matter at every level, and that's why when we say, yes, we wanted to elect at the top of the ticket, but we have to make sure we get all the way down the ballot and ensure that we're doing everything we can for Democrats. One
of the reasons that's happened, candidly, is because of the leadership that you and Governor Pritzker have shown. I mean, you know me, I'm going to be transparent. We're so proud in Illinois of the work that you guys have done and that you continue to do. And one of those things in terms of the leadership is to inspire folks to get out like folks did do during this most recent national election, because the work expanded to so many of these smaller races that you just talked about. And that's how you keep a state progressive and moving forward. So, Madam Lieutenant Governor, I'm going to give you your praise there, because a lot of that success is because of what you and Governor Pritzker have been doing. And so as we go forward, give us a little bit of a peek into some of your plans and things that, not electorally and getting, reelected and running and all that stuff, but just some of the things that you see optimistically for our state.
Well, first and foremost, I just want to kind of go back to what you just said about what has happened and when you talked about the local elections, and just say one of the things that we have been doing, and again, I want to give kudos, because I also have said very publicly and said it yesterday how proud I am to be in Illinois and living under Governor Pritzker's leadership and to be his partner in government.
Yes, ma'am.
The moment that when he asked me to be his running mate, that I knew he was going to be a leader to take us where we needed to go at a time where we had gone the longest in any state in the country with no budget to now having passed 6 balanced budgets, 9 credit rating upgrades. And, people don't always want to talk about that part, the fiscal stability, but that has allowed us to do everything else. So we are going to continue to stay focused. One of the things I should also mention is building our party infrastructure here, the Democratic Party of Illinois, and really making it a functioning party. That is also important, and I want to give kudos to our chair, Lisa Hernandez, and all of the members of that organization who have really made sure we got out into every corner of our state to activate Democrats. But look, Richard, we're going to continue doing what we have always done, uplifting working families in every corner of our state, continuing to make sure that we have the kind of stability. And, it's going to be, we're going to have to make some tough decisions like any other year. You have to look at what your revenues are and what your expenses are. But the governor is going to present another balanced budget to the General Assembly. And we're going to, look at every avenue of anticipating what are areas where we need to make sure that we strengthen laws and policies to the best of our ability to make sure that we protect our people here in Illinois. I want Illinoisans who are listening to me today to just know, you have my word. We are going to do everything we can to protect you. We are going to continue to fight for your freedoms and to protect your rights and to do everything we can, no matter what may come our way. We've done a lot already, and we are not giving up now.
Thank you.
And it's just, I don't even know what to say other than thank you for saying it that way, with that kind of energy and that sort of passion and commitment. In my own, I'm in the same way of thinking as you are in that space. I'm going to do everything I can through my efforts here with this show to do a couple things. One, to make sure we have folks like you on the show whenever it works, and you can share with us what you're working on. Because I think a lot of times what happens, Lieutenant Governor, is that people don't know. And then is it because of the not knowing, they then don't know what to do and what to support. So, you've got an open seat, an open ticket, an open voice here to use our outreach to let the citizens of Illinois and the greater, folks all over the country know what Illinois is doing. I mean, I'm so proud of our state, to your point. Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of what you guys have done. And it was so nice to see early Tuesday night, even though the national didn't turn out the way we wanted, that Illinois stepped up quickly. We got it done, and we let the country know that we are here to support the progressive leadership and the forward movement that we need. So I applaud you with that. Take us home with a couple of final comments.
Well, Richard, first of all, thank you. And I always love coming to chat with you, so I look forward to coming back. But what I would just say is that, I am the mom of 4 daughters. And I am waking up every single day, not just thinking about my own children, but I'm thinking about all of the children of Illinois. And again, like I started by thinking about how do we build the world? How do we create the world that we want for the next generation and the generation after that? We've been here before. We have been in hard places before. And as we all have acknowledged, it was a tough week, and we want people to feel what they feel. But at the same time, we need to, at some point, transform that pain into continuing to do the work to build that world that we want to see. And I'm committed to it. The governor is committed to it. So many are committed to it. And I really do believe that our only way forward is together. So you are not alone. It is not a solo trip. We are going to do this, and we're going to do it together, because it is our collective power of the people that is really going to make the change we want to see.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Paul.
My pleasure, as always, Lieutenant Governor. Thanks for being with us this morning. Make sure you're taking care of yourself as well. We got you here. That push that little nudge that you get every now and again, that's me and my crew saying, we got you, Lieutenant Governor. So thank you for your leadership, and thank you for all that you're doing.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye now.